Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's video I am going to be simplifying the concept of double circulation. In the textbook we have this diagram and the topic, but it looks a little bit complicated, so I'm going to be making understand you the concept that I've been, or the trick that I've been using to understand this concept. Let's get started. So, as we all know that the heart has four chambers, which are the left atrium, left ventricle, right atrium and right ventricle. So we have a passage between the left atrium and left ventricle, which is called as the bicuspid valves, and another passage between the right atrium and right ventricle called the tricuspid valves. As we know that we breathe oxygen, and this oxygen rich blood goes to the lungs, and then this oxygen gets mixed with the blood and it comes to the left atrium through the pulmonary vein. We know that veins are only carry deoxygenated blood, but this is an exception. So the oxygenated blood is carried through a vessel named pulmonary vein to the left atrium, and then this oxygenated blood goes to the left ventricle through the aorta to all the organs in the body. And what happens is this oxygenated blood, which has oxygen, is being absorbed by all the organs in the body, and what do? They release carbon dioxide, and then this blood becomes deoxygenated blood. And now what happens is this deoxygenated blood goes to the left atrium through the vena cava, and then this deoxygenated blood comes to the right ventricle through the tricuspid valves, and then it goes back to the lungs through the pulmonary artery. Again, this is an exception too. We know that arteries only carry oxygenated blood, but this is an exception, guys. It will carry deoxygenated blood to the lungs. Okay, and this is all the process that goes on in the double circulatory system all the time. And again we are going to be discussing the oxygenated blood is in, let's think this is Mr. Blood. This Mr. Blood is present in this vessel called pulmonary vein, and now the blood goes to the left atrium, and from there it goes to the left ventricle, and then from there it goes to the organs through the aorta. And what happens is, here we know that it has oxygenated blood, so it has oxygen in it, guys, all over here, and the organs absorb this oxygen and release deoxygenated blood, which is deoxygenated. And now the deoxygenated blood from the vena cava goes to the right atrium of the heart, and it comes to the right ventricle, and from the right ventricle through the pulmonary artery it goes to the lungs. The lungs release or exhale the carbon dioxide, and this is all the double circulatory system. And firstly, let us understand why is it called as the double circulatory system. Because we observed very clearly that the blood enters to the left atrium for the first time, and through the left ventricle it comes out of the human heart to the organs. That is, it has entered once and then came back to the body, and again it comes to the heart through the vena cava into the right atrium, and then comes back to the body, or comes back from the heart. Okay, so we observed that the blood has entered the heart twice in this process, and that is why it is called as the double circulatory system. And why is it called circulatory? Because we can easily, or simply observe a circulation happening in this process, and that is why it is called as a double circulatory system. We also, and I have an extra info, these walls which are present over here are called semilunar walls. And yeah, that is all for this video. Also, you can observe that this whole left part, only oxygenated blood has been flowing, and in the whole right part, deoxygenated blood has been flowing. And yeah, that's all for today's video. I hope you all understood this concept. Let me know what concept you want next. Thanks for watching.